Rising from the Tyrrhenian Sea, the island of Capri has captivated travelers for over 2,000 years. Its cliffs soar above turquoise waters, its grottoes glow with mysterious light, and its terraces open to endless horizons. Emperors once ruled here, poets and artists found inspiration, and visitors from around the world still come in search of beauty. In this journey, we'll glide along Capri's shores and hillsides, moving from its ancient ruins and bustling harbor to its quiet towns, lofty peaks, and dazzling coastal wonders, discovering the timeless spirit of this legendary island. Our journey begins on Capri's southern coast, the sunniest and most sheltered side of the island. Here the cliffs open into small coves that have served as anchorages since antiquity. Among them is Marina Piccola, a natural bay once used by fishermen. Today, a favorite bathing spot with clear waters and a direct view of the Faraglioni rocks rising just offshore. Above the southern cliffs lie the gardens of Augustus, planted with terraces that overlook Capri's most celebrated view. From here, the eye follows the curve of the Faraglioni rocks on one side, and on the other, the winding path of Via Krupp, a bold 20th century roadway cut into the rock, zigzagging down toward the sea. Just behind the gardens stands the Certosa di San Giacomo, founded in 1371 under Queen Giovanna of Naples. The oldest building on Capri, it was once a Carthusian monastery, and today its cloisters and halls host a small museum and cultural events. Our next stop is the Faraglioni Rocks, Capri's most famous natural monument. These three sea stacks, Stella, Mezzo, and Scopolo, rise nearly 100 meters above the sea, sculpted by wind and waves over thousands of years. They are the island's unmistakable symbol, appearing in paintings, photographs, and even local legends that tell of sailors passing through their arches for good luck. Continuing along the coast, we reach the Arco Naturale, a limestone arch more than 20 meters high. Once part of a prehistoric sea cave, it was shaped by erosion into the dramatic window we see today, framing the cliffs and open sea beyond. At the far eastern tip of the island are the ruins of Villa Jovis, built by Emperor Tiberius in the 1st century AD. Covering nearly 2 hectares, it was one of the largest Roman villas, and from here Tiberius governed the empire for more than a decade, with sheer cliffs on 3 sides giving him both security and commanding views of the Bay of Naples. Built in 1905 by the French poet Jacques Fersen, Villa Lysis was created as both a private refuge and a bold statement. Blending neoclassical and Art Nouveau styles, its terraces overlook the sea. In the early 20th century, it became a gathering place for artists and writers, adding to Capri's reputation as a haven for outsiders and dreamers. On the northern shore lies Marina Grande, Capri's main harbor. It has always been the island's gateway, once for fishermen and traders, today the busy port where ferries arrive daily from Naples and Sorrento, framed by a line of colorful houses along the waterfront. Above the harbor rises Capri Town, with its maze of car-free lanes, whitewashed houses, and small shops. At its center is the Piazzetta, officially Piazza Umberto I, the island's social heart and famous living room, where life has gathered for centuries beneath the clock tower. In a close distance we find Via Camerelle, Capri's most elegant street. Its name recalls the Roman cisterns once located here, but today it is lined with luxury boutiques set among bougainvillea-covered villas. Since the early 20th century, it has been the promenade of choice for aristocrats, artists, and celebrities, securing its place as the island's showcase of style and glamour. Our next stop is Villa San Michele, created in the late 19th century by the Swedish doctor Axel Munthe. Built on the ruins of a Roman villa, it blends Mediterranean architecture with ancient fragments collected by Munthe. Its gardens and terraces open onto one of the island's most celebrated views across the Bay of Naples, a vision he described in his famous memoir, The Story of San Michele. Further up the slopes lies Anacapri, whose name means Capri above. Higher and more spread out than Capri Town, it has long kept a quieter, more traditional character. Its whitewashed houses and artisan workshops reflect a slower rhythm of life, and from here a chairlift rises to the summit of Monte Solaro, the island's highest point. Carved into the northwest cliffs is the Blue Grotto, Capri's most famous natural wonder. Sunlight enters through an underwater opening and refracts across the cave, filling it with a glowing blue light that turns even the ores silver. Known since Roman times as a retreat of Emperor Tiberius, it was rediscovered in the 19th century and has since become one of the island's most enduring symbols. The western coast of the island is wilder and less built up, with cliffs facing the open Tyrrhenian Sea. Along this shoreline, smaller caves such as the Green Grotto open at the base of the rocks, their waters glowing emerald in the sunlight. At sunset, the cliffs themselves take on a golden hue, creating one of the island's most dramatic sights. Marking the far western tip of the island is the Punta Carena Lighthouse, built in 1867. At nearly 30 meters tall, with its red and white tower rising above the cliffs, it is one of the most powerful lighthouses in the Mediterranean, still guiding ships safely along this stretch of sea. Rising nearly 600 meters above the sea, Monte Solaro is the highest point on the island. From its summit, the view opens in every direction, across Vesuvius, the Bay of Naples, and the Amalfi Coast, and on the clearest days, even as far as Calabria. Reached by chairlift or winding footpaths, the mountain is also home to wild falcons and the small hermitage of Santa Maria a Cetrella, a quiet retreat once favored by artists. This brings us to the end of our journey around the island of Capri. From its harbors and squares to its cliffs and villas, we've explored its most iconic places. We hope you enjoyed this aerial voyage, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next destination.